7 of The List. I'm Daniel French, your host. The List is a conversational improv game. Each of our panel members has a list of topics and or phrases that were drawn from a hat. Their goal is to sneak those topics or phrases into the conversation. Another member of the panel, hearing thus, can say, "That's on your list." And if they're right, they get a point. You can bluff, or if they're wrong, you get a point. Let's talk about who's here today. Mackenzie Jensen.
Hello.
Tell us about yourself.
I'm an architecture student at SBCC, and I do podcasts on the weekends when I'm not being a princess.
And the princess part is very nice. You got to see it, yes. Rod Diaz.
Good day. So I'm a IT professional and a student of philosophy.
Blake Benlin.
Actor, writer, alcoholic, and apparently I sound like Lincoln.
Sam My Weenie. No, just kidding. Sam Weenie.
Your weenie? It's my weenie.
I'm keeping that. All right.
Better. I've actually have not heard that before. Of all the jokes I've heard about my name, that one is actually weirdly original.
Who are you, Sam Weenie?
I am also a student at SBCC. I make movies, and I'm a pretty cool dude. I'm just saying.
He's just a debatable dude.
And humble.
Eric Lorden.
Hello, my
you?
name's Eric Lorden. I am not a student, but I used to be, and I don't know what else to say.
Nothing about drummer extraordinaire,
I played
beater of the skins,
All right.
the foreskin. What? Oh.
Yep. All those things that Daniel just mentioned, yes.
Dean Garcia.
Hey. I'm also a student at SBCC, majoring in theater arts and sociology. So, yeah, I'm going to be homeless when I grow up. But it's
All right.
We can share a 2-room cardboard box.
oh, that would be great, man.
That's so romantic.
If you listened to last week's episode of The List, you might remember that as we were closing up, we talked about going camping this week. We're going camping right here in the middle of this room because here is this week's list topic question. We're going on a camping trip to Tuolumne. We arrive on horses and carts. No electricity, no batteries, no computers, no cell phones. What innovative ideas and inventions have you brought to make this a one-of-a-kind experience?
First of all, I'm going to break down crying because I don't have my cell phone. So I'll be on the floor for a couple of hours. Go ahead. What do you guys got?
I would bring a trampoline. Actually,
Oh.
multiple trampolines.
Nice.
I think it'd be fun to learn how to bounce between them and maybe bring some like footballs, basketballs, and just kind of like make a game out of it.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Well, since I live in technology and I love technology, I wouldn't know what to do. What do people do without technology? Hunt? Is that what people do?
Is that what people do?
Gather berries?
Gather berries, right? Wrangle snakes, right?
I think we could all build a log cabin together.
Oh.
I mean, that's what Abraham Lincoln would do.
I would.
That's true.
I would bring supplies because in the thing we're going into this with a cart with horses. So I would bring.
Talk about horse meat.
No.
Okay.
I would
just
bring.
had
You
to
have
go
your
there,
own
Mackenzie.
cart, too. You don't have to share one. We each have our own cart.
Oh,
We
good.
have a lot of horses. That
lot
can
of-
come in
And a
handy.
lot of wood.
And a lot of wood.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna say is.
How are we going to get back
The
home?
easiest, instead of making tents or anything like that, we should just make hexyurts. Because
Sure.
with 6 walls and a roof, you've got yourself
Hexyurts?
a hexayurt. A yurt with 6.
What's a yurt?
A yurt
I know
is a
hexa.
small. It's a small home.
It's a yurt.
It's a little home. It's
Yeah,
a little,
yeah,
It's a yurt,
yurt.
man.
It's a yurt.
It's a yurt. A
It's
yurt's
a wood
yurt.
frame tent.
Everybody knows what a yurt is.
Yeah, I can show you pictures, but it's
Well, that's
basically
why I
a
asked
round.
Eric to
sheltered.
be
I
on
live
the
in a
list.
yurt right
a round
now.
shelter.
He makes you explain everything.
It's a round shelter.
I don't know things.
A round shelter. Okay.
It's a round shelter.
Okay.
Typically, like from everywhere in the world.
Like a hut.
It's like a hut,
Okay.
but a yurt is
Only a yurt.
It doesn't have
Yes.
pizza.
But it's a yurt.
So a hexayurt is a 6-sided yurt,
Okay.
and
But then
very
wouldn't
easy
it
to
not
make.
be a yurt because it's not round?
It would totally still be a yurt.
Okay.
A hexayurt sounds like a weird euphemism that a middle schooler would use. Like, oh, I'm hexayurt, bro. Or something like that.
Was it though?
Does that mean like
Good one.
high or fucked up?
Like,
It's also a description of a projectile vomit. Hexayurt.
Where exactly are we camped out again?
It's called Tuolumne. If you go to Yosemite
Make it right.
and you go to the north part of it,
take a left at Albuquerque.
there's a big, giant, miles and acres of forest where no vehicles are allowed. The supplies that the rangers get there have to be brought in on mules and horses and stuff. And the hardcore campers go out there. And it's like where the best, most dangerous whitewater rafting is. And it's a pretty cool place.
All right, so that's
Yeah.
a place I'm never going. But
Still in California?
We all belong there, guys.
I think we ought to go out there, fashion weapons for ourselves, bow and arrows, tomahawks, then take our horses on raids of settlements and campgrounds.
Nice.
do you
yeah.
know
Like
how
the
to
natives.
fashion
We
weapons?
could take their
And war
computers
paint.
We could learn, Dean.
and phones.
Man had to learn that,
do
take
I like
Wait, use
computers
your
and
head as a
phones.
bat.
do like I make weapons out of what I have? Like, do I get my wallet and like
No.
make
There's a lot of
knife out
wood
it?
out there.
We don't have anything.
We will use what's provided in
Nothing
nature.
in my wallet?
Yes,
I
nothing
thought,
in
you,
your wallet.
I thought you said you were going to take your wallet and go buy some weapons.
No. No, make
go
my
to the
wallet
weapons
into a
store.
weapon, like a wallet knife.
Sharpen your
I'm
wallet.
just going to use the metal from my wallet and forge it into a knife.
No, you see, you get the credit cards and you just tape it onto the front, and then you sharpen
Where'd you
them.
get the tape?
Shit?
Right.
You got to invent
That's
the
where
tape.
you realized it was a dumb idea?
Have you
brought tape.
You get tape isn't
You
technology.
have a whole cart. You can
You have
bring
everything
all kinds of
batteries.
stuff.
No, I think we have to
Did I
use what's
bring
in
my
Wait,
nature.
you just can't bring
Yeah.
We have
technology.
to use what's in nature.
I'm gonna
computer.
bring a
Fine, I
harpoon.
use sap
Wait,
instead
wait.
of tape.
I'm gonna bring a harpoon and some lances and some swords, and I'm gonna bring some bow and arrows.
This isn't about territory.
Oh, I
takeover.
actually
it's
know
always
how to
about
use
that.
bow and arrows. I can
what it
teach
comes
you
down
guys
to.
how to use it if you don't know. So
Nice.
Oh, aren't you cool?
Thanks,
I'm gonna
Dean.
bring my lightsaber, and I can teach you
And,
guys
like,
how to use it.
I'm pretty
Wow,
sure that's
people
too
with a
high tech
lightsaber.
for this
Yeah.
trip.
But your lightsaber has electricity.
Yeah.
Oh.
as long as we're talking about Star Wars,
That's okay. I can
It's
still-
just the
Can I
plastic thing that
mistake
used
it's
to be a
like small
lightsaber.
baton?
And actually, these lightsabers are made out of bulletproof glass. So
Yeah.
Bulletproof grass.
I didn't say that, did I?
I know, I said it.
Is that on your
okay.
list?
No.
Bulletproof
Bluff!
glass.
You bluffed!
What?
is
Oh, I gotta keep.
bullet
I got a point! I got a point!
subjects.
I get a point.
Topics.
I thought I got a point.
I get a
Fate
what?
I
things.
thought I got a point.
Nope. I got a point.
No, she gets it because I.
Ordinarily,
I mean, you-
Mackenzie's
Wait,
point.
how would you
called
get a
it
point?
for
Very
her,
happy that she has
which
a
was
point.
very nice of you.
Thank you. You're
Yeah.
too much.
What kind of animals are in this wilderness?
It's like
It's a
typical
wilderness,
Animal.
Dean.
He just
Oh, there's
told you,
animals
it's
there
a-
too.
Camels,
Like, what kind of
zebras.
small-
Sure.
What
we're
kind of
camping.
small
It's an
animals?
actual
Bears.
Bears.
probably squirrels,
That could be bears.
chipmunks,
Wolves.
groundhogs,
Baby bears.
snakes.
All right,
Okay.
so
Mice.
Okay,
in that
so
case,
we get snakes
maybe we bring
and
guns.
we tie them onto sticks and then we throw them at other campers. There's a weapon.
fuck?
Wait, what do you
Why
need
would
to
you
tie them to
tie it
sticks
to the-
for? Why can't you just throw the snakes?
Yeah,
Why don't you put them in a cage?
Why do you need to
bite you,
harm the
Blake.
snakes?
Wait,
Why don't you just put them in a
We're not
bag and
harming
toss
them.
I
them?
have a pet snake, and that offends me.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh,
What's its name?
so sorry,
Daenerys.
Mackenzie. I didn't realize you were.
Oh, you mentioned
I would have
before.
called it Mr. Slithers.
Okay, wait, my friend. Oh, I think I told you guys this last time. But my friend has two snakes, and one of them is a ball python, and his name is Hannibal.
Hannibal.
And then the other one, his name is William Snakespeare, and I named both of them. I just want you guys to know.
I like the
Spear,
snake
that's
spear.
what we're gonna call it. We're gonna
William
tie
Snake
things
Spear.
to things.
That'll
Snake
kill
spear.
some time.
Oh, that's what we're throwing.
Yeah, they're William
Snake
Snake
Spears.
spears.
Okay.
Oh.
No, William Snake Spears.
Okay.
Anybody ready for me to unveil my cart yet? I've got some things in my cart for you.
Oh, unveil your cart. Yes.
Sure.
Okay, the number one most important thing that nobody has thought of yet that is in my cart is I have spent months before the trip engineering genetically a plant, a bush that grows rolls of toilet paper.
I didn't know we can get so scientific with
wait,
this.
what is this bullshit?
This is-
okay, so
in
we're
my
talking
cart-
like
That'll come
we
in
do
handy.
crazy stuff.
In my
come in
cart,
handy.
I created
Come on, it's the list.
an
That's what
animal
it's about.
that makes us hamburgers all the
I
time.
created a tree that
That's right.
blossoms cell phones.
No, you're not allowed to use them, even if you have them. You can't have cell
We can't
phones.
steal them from other campers either.
If you get one, well, okay.
Yeah, when we go
I
on those
engineered a
raids.
tree.
All right.
But they won't have them
I
either.
will
They're
not-
hardcore.
I will not take out the possibility of stealing from other people that we find.
You see,
Are they
that's
like
where the
tribes?
raids come in.
That's for the race.
Are they
Could you
tribes or
imagine?
campers?
Could you imagine, like you're just camping out there, like with your friends or someone,
Exactly.
and
They'd
you're
never
just
see
hanging
it coming.
out,
Swinging
just
from
chilling,
vines, coming
looking at
down.
the sunset, and all of a sudden, just like all of us on horseback, like stealing
With
stuff
snakes, spears.
with
Cultural
snakes, throwing
appropriation.
snakes at
Throwing
people.
spears with snakes.
Like,
at
I
them.
mean, that would do the job. People would be like, "Oh shit, snakes!"
They would,
Yeah.
they would just give us
And then
their
we'd
cell
steal
phones.
their cell phones.
We wouldn't even have to steal them. They'd hand them over.
No, but I want to steal it.
But we have an endless
Oh,
supply
okay.
of toilet paper
If
now.
we steal their cell phones,
high-
I feel like we would be done raiding after the first raid. We're just like,
No, because then our battery dies.
We would lose all
right.
motivation if we had a cell phone.
Our
tree.
battery dies, and we have to go to the next raid.
so we raid people every 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe
We'll never
maybe
get bored.
maybe instead of just raiding, we like to have them join us.
No.
And then we eat
Kind of
them.
goes against the.
with
I think-
Sam's with me. The next part of my cart, after you see the bushes that grow toilet paper, is not tomahawks, not bows and arrows and stuff. I got guns, baby.
Yeah,
We're gonna go and hunt
for hunting.
other campers, and we're
Oh,
gonna shoot
campers,
them
yeah.
and skin them and eat them.
Don't guns count sort of as technology? I mean, they are machines.
Yeah,
They're
where do we draw the
non-electrical.
line with technology here, man? Like,
Ele-
is it
electricity.
electronic?
I did not say
Maybe we
no
should bring
machines.
flintlock muskets.
I think we
Those
should.
are,
Yeah.
I said no
Oh, yeah.
electricity,
The old
no
school
batteries, no computers, no cell phones. Those are the 4 things I said no. Anything else you want can be in your cart.
Okay, I guess I could fit like a total of 1 cannon in my cart.
Cannon. I brought a bazooka.
Yes.
That was the one
I
thing
want a
brought.
bazooka.
Useful in
Oh, fill the lake up with dynamite? Just chuck dynamite in
Just
there. You don't have
'cause?
to like fish. The
All
fish
brought
will
the
just
fun
come
out.
up.
The dynamite blows up, all the fish float to the top, and we just go scoop them up.
Yeah,
and-
there we
Have
go.
you guys-
Bug zapper, dude.
Have you guys ever
Put some
seen the
trout in
TV
your
show
snack.
The Alaskan Bush People?
No, is that a Texas thing?
I think I dated her.
Yes,
Alaskan
Alaskan
bush
bush
people.
Multiple
Use your
people?
brain
Is
just
that,
a
is
little
that
bit.
about bush
Dean.
people?
So it's this show, and it's about this family, and they're the Brown family. That's their last name.
It's racist.
And that's why I clarified that's their last name.
Alaskan bush sounds like a really cold bikini.
So these people
also
live in
like
Texas?
a really bad
So
porno.
it's not in Texas. It's in Alaska.
Are you sure?
Alaskan bush people, not Texan bush people.
Stop looking at me when you say
Alaskan
that.
That's
bush
racist.
people from
Alaskan bush
Texas.
people.
Isn't that an episode of
Alaskan-
SpongeBob?
Yeah.
It's the Alaskan bushworm.
Oh my god, no.
You're never gonna get to tell us what this is about.
Did they do a raid dance?
So
Or
they
something?
have. So there are these people who have decided to seclude themselves from people. So they live in this own town that they have created called Browntown because it's super
racist.
original.
That sounds racist.
And
bitches, we're going to Brown
they like make their whole. They have their own civilization. They even came up with their own accent, which is super weird. And like their whole family's just super.
Could you
weird, let's be
demonstrate,
real.
Mackenzie?
I cannot. I think that we should all just create our own civilization and have a better name than Browntown.
Yeah, Shitsville.
There you
Also,
go.
Poop bird.
wait, what if,
Shitato.
No,
No,
it's-
it's Shitopolis.
It's Cheesetopia.
wouldn't like the other campers like
Land
Stanko
of the
Town.
fine Alaskan cheese.
It's
Stanko
Stanko
Town.
Town. Stanko Town.
Oh, Stinko Town.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Wouldn't
Instead
the
of fine
Stankaville.
cheese, it's all Limburger. It's all Limburger. Go ahead,
Stanksinnati.
Teen.
wouldn't the other campers sooner or later like be like, oh, who are these assholes, and start forming together and start attacking us? Like,
Not
We're
if we
so
kill
much
them.
stronger
That's the
than
fun
them.
part. Yeah.
Yeah.
like
Baby
tracking
flinging-
the trackers. They're all like,
That's
let
where
me
the snake
track
spears
you,
come
man.
in. That's where the
And then
snake
they
spears
find
come in.
us
You
at our
just throw them
place
at them.
and they kill us all.
Tracking the
But
trackers.
we're
That's why
ready
we've
for
got to
them.
stay one
Tracker.
step ahead of them.
But
So-
we're ready for
So we
them.
need to have a perimeter defense, right?
Yeah.
We need to have some way of being alerted when anybody's coming close.
We need decoys.
We need decoys. We need to put traps.
Oh, what about a moat with genetically modified fish bear? Because apparently we can do things like that.
I want freaking sharks with freaking laser beams attached to their freaking heads.
Wait a minute, Dean.
That takes electricity.
Can we clarify that? What was that?
A fish bear? Well, you see, it's basically a shark. That's what it is.
It's a shark with claws.
You mean a
And
sea
fur.
bear?
Sea bear.
Well, no, because
Grizzly
it's got to be
Sea
freshwater.
rhinoceros
Not
are
grizzly.
even worse.
We can't.
Polar bear.
It can't be a saltwater
The sound
fish
of a
bear. It's got to be
seabird
a
attacking
freshwater
trucks,
one
though.
because we're by a lake, most likely, not the ocean. So, not a sea bear.
It's kind of a big furry trout with claws and flops all over you.
Oh no, it's definitely got to be furless. I mean, the fur would
gross.
get in the way of the swimming around the moat.
But it wouldn't be adorable.
We don't need it to be adorable. We need it to be.
I need it to be
Gruesome.
adorable.
We need it to kill.
I need something to make up for the lack of cat videos. Are you kidding me?
Big sharp nasty teeth. The next thing in my cart is this kind of crazy stuck together trail mix thing that's made out of top ramen mixed with any kind of bad snack you can think of.
I'd eat it.
Yep, it's top ramen. It's ramen mixed with gummy worms. It's ramen mixed with bad snacks, man.
How long are we staying here? Forever?
Forever.
For the rest of our
Indefinitely,
lives.
man.
All right, we got to figure out a way
Unimportant.
to make
Robinson
farming
Crusoe.
faster then, because I'm not waiting for my food like some kind of
start- yeah,
speed farming system.
Speed farming. We're starting a new society. I
We
like
just
this.
steal
Yeah.
it from people.
Yeah.
Well,
we
yeah,
don't
but
need
like
to wait.
his-
Well, we're gonna
his
kill animals
plants,
too,
like
right?
the toilet
We're gonna
paper
kill
plant
any
and
animals?
the
Okay.
top ramen plant. I want
That's food right
I
there.
want those in bulk.
Let's
Tell
just
you,
bring
the toilet paper bush is the most important.
Let's just
Wait, wait,
bring
wait.
plants that
Hold on.
grow everything we need.
No, Daniel. Can
A
I
house
just clarify
plant?
something? Have you ever heard of the plant called mullein? I believe it's called.
SpongeBob's house.
It is literally a plant which is so comfortable and so perfect
Oh,
that
yes.
it's practically
I have.
toilet paper.
Boy Scout thing. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I use it all the time in the Southwest.
Yeah.
How do you think I got through it without like absolutely ruining my pants?
Well, if we're creating our own society, why don't we
Also
just
river
phase
rocks.
wiping out?
No.
No, okay, just putting that out there.
I don't want
wipe
a
anymore.
hygienic
I don't need to
society.
Hygienic.
We don't even use
Get out of here.
bathrooms. We just drop it and stop it. Plop it and move on, man. You just-
No.
we gotta figure out how the
everyone's
three
just
clans.
walking around
No.
with like a beard of dingleberries on their butt.
Or we don't
Thanks
do
for
And
that.
that's how we make the fine cheese.
That's what we make our yurts
Try
out
my
of.
dingleberry cheese, please.
No,
I'm gonna throw up.
It's a fantastic flavor.
I'll stick with the ramen. Thanks.
All right.
I'll stick with your weird
Same.
ramen idea.
Same.
And we use them- wait, wait.
the ramen idea is the weird one, right? That's what's going on here.
We harvest dingleberries for aromatherapy. Okay. Just kind of light them up. It's kind of like sage. It's a little-
Okay, I
Actually,
That's called
we could use it
stanko
for-
therapy.
Well, wait, we can use it
therapy!
for no. We should use it for an effigy. Like once we get enough dingleberries, we can just gather them up, throw them onto a pyre, like with one of the corpses of our enemies, and it'll create this effigy. You know, keep all the bad guys away from us.
They're not enemies. They're live.
We gotta make sure we get their cell phones first, though.
This is how we keep, people who would encroach upon our land away. We just surround our encampment with shit. No one will come near
No,
us.
no, Blake, not just shit, small little particles of shit. Hence,
Burning shit.
burning.
Does it really make a difference what size the shit comes
That
in?
could be our
Yes,
theme
no,
song.
Yes.
Small dingleberries apparently makes
They
a
burn
huge
better.
difference.
Every
My
smoldering shit has a stick with a skull on top of it, right above it.
Nice.
We don't have enough shit.
That's
no,
scary.
I'm not sure how I'm born.
We won't
I
have
wouldn't.
enough
I would
shit.
not enter that campground. I would stay away from that campground.
Yeah, I think I'm good too.
I would leave our campground.
I would make my
Yeah.
a new society.
We join the
where
other
people
campground.
Clean their asses.
I would do the complete opposite. I'd make our camp very inviting so that people would come in and then
Okay,
just
let's-
boom, kill
And then
them.
we can come.
Oh,
I was
we
gonna
get all
say.
friendly,
I was
and
gonna
then
say.
like, hey, try this
old bait and
fine
switch.
cheese.
Yeah.
Smack.
Exactly. So then, and then
No,
also
it's the
we're not
cheese that would
living
kill
in
them.
filth.
Oh, I love that idea.
Okay, but like, how do you even, like, in the wilderness?
I'm so mad that none of you called me on toilet paper bushes.
Wait,
That was the funny
I didn't know you had
part.
Are you
things.
kidding me?
That makes
I didn't
sense.
know you had you had items.
Yes, I have 5, but
I
no,
totally
that
would've
was
called you
not.
on
It was
that.
a bluff, and I would have gone boom, bluff, boom.
damn.
My God.
Oh.
Thought that was going to be the
Good
king
thing I didn't
of
call you
bluff.
on
I thought everybody was going to go boom.
I thought it was
Wait,
too
it
out
wasn't
there.
one of your cards?
It was not.
It wasn't one of your cards?
No, it was a bluff.
Oh.
Okay, so obviously we need to go hunting and not just people hunting. So what kind of, like, are we gonna set traps? Are we just gonna use guns?
I
Wait,
think guns.
Perfect idea. Everyone else takes the whole idea. Someone I think mentioned like decoys earlier.
Yep.
I think.
Moi.
Some what?
Yeah, here's my idea. You know how, like, in the Americas, there's always, like, pheasants, I believe they're called? Like,
The
wild
birds?
turkeys, I think they're called?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So,
There's
we
a big
do
difference
that.
between a pheasant and a wild turkey.
We could do one of two things. We could do what everyone else does, where we, like, use weapons, we set traps, something like that. Dude, become one of them. We get
One of who?
feathery-ass
Join the
costumes
society.
and join their society. Join one of their ranks. We get a bunch of
We
turkey
infiltrate their group.
costumes.
Turkey costumes.
And then
That
we, like,
works,
join them.
man. Have you seen wild turkeys? They're like, sometimes they're 6 feet tall.
Holy
Is
shit.
that one of your cards?
God damn you.
Are you kidding me? Turkey costumes.
BTFO.
What was it, pheasant?
Of all the
Fine.
things, of all the things you could have called,
Dean's on
he
a
said some
roll.
weird shit. Blake said some weird shit. You call turkey costumes?
Well, turkey costumes are just like, who would do that?
Who would have toilet
Yeah,
paper?
that's just
Tried to help you,
ridiculous.
Sam. I said, yeah, they're like 6 feet tall. And they are, really. I've seen wild turkeys that are 6 feet tall. My son and I encountered them by Lake Lopez. We ran around this bush.
sounds terrifying.
And we both almost
Are they
shit
like
our
ostriches?
pants, man. We were like, wow, these turkeys were taller
Especially
than
because
us.
birds are so
But they
fucking
were scared of
mean.
us and they turned around and ran away.
Oh,
It'd
that's
be a
good.
hell of a Thanksgiving.
Well, I'd just like to clarify
Yeah.
that thanks to Dean, we are not going with my brilliant idea. Now we're gonna.
No, we're still going to do the turkey costumes.
Okay, we're still doing
I don't
that.
know.
you guys could do the turkey costumes.
I really,
I'll pass.
I really
No, no,
want
no.
to set like
Even
a
we use the
picture-
turkey costumes for celebrations. It's like putting on the goat leggings to do the Satan dance and stuff. We put on our turkey costumes and we dance around the fire and go.
I really
We gotta
want
do
to
that
set
tribal
traps.
stuff.
How much
though.
peyote were you on?
No, DMT. That's the other
Oh,
thing in my
alright.
cart. The other thing in my cart are buckets of water balloons full of a version of DMT that is soluble to the pores of your skin.
What's
So-
DMT?
Drugs.
Oh no!
Drugs.
Who's
Hardcore
gonna,
drugs.
Who's gonna enlighten Sam?
Oh, I just
as to
taught
what is
something.
DMT?
I just did.
You should try it for yourself.
Look it up, folks. Look it up. That's all I got to say.
It's like
Yes,
kinda
I
like
think it's like a
DMX?
psychedelic, but it's definitely a
oh
drug.
no, it's the gateway to the real everything that's going on.
It's like
Oh,
You have not studied.
Is it like
The
DMX?
master
your,
rod
it's
knows.
drugs.
It's what your brain releases while you're dreaming, right?
It is.
Everybody, and I'll give you this part of it. Everybody in the world, just about, that has done DMT has the same experience. They see the same places and things and get the same messages. So it's weird. I mean, right?
So you've
Rod?
done this?
Right?
True.
There's a
You've
point
done
where
it?
you meet the blue lady, and it's like somebody in California did DMT like 3 times, and then I met the blue lady who tells me
Stop
about
making
this.
me want to do this
And
drug.
somebody else did it in Australia, and they saw the same thing. And these two people never met, and it's happened all over the world.
Did they see ghosts too?
Isn't that what
Like
Jim
a ghost
Carrey
in the
did?
can? Did you see ghosts and stuff? Like
No,
Carrey does
no,
drugs?
no, no. You
Garbage
see-
cans?
You see,
I
mean,
I think
do
you
you
see
know of
what
Jim
happens
Carrey?
after we die.
Have you ever seen a movie with him?
That's
what I
pretty
think.
scary.
That's a
I
good
don't know
point.
if I wanted
That's
to
a
show.
really good point.
Did you guys see the interview with Jim Carrey?
No.
Oh
Which
my god.
interview?
What?
This
yeah.
the recent it was a new one when he was at Fashion Week or something.
Oh, I heard about it though.
Oh my
Oh, and he
god.
was showing off the bushes that grow toilet paper.
Yeah, totally. No, he's
Is he
talking
crazy
about
now
how-
or something?
Yeah, he's like
I could
talking
see that
about how
coming.
nobody's real, like nobody's really here.
Yeah.
And like he was like to the interview lady, so she's like, "So I'm not here right now," and he's like, "No, but I think there's a lovely scent in the air." And then he's like, she's
That's
like,
why I love
"Okay."
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, and she's
Jim
like,
Jim Carrey's cool.
and she's like, "Why are you here?" And he's like, "I wanted to find the most pointless thing and come to that and blah blah blah." And she's like, "Okay, but like you're dressed up, so." And he's like,
I think he was probably just
"Yeah,
fucking
well,"
with
and then he just makes weird noises. Oh no, it's weird though. And then he followed it up the next.
Post that
how
on the,
long could you
on the-
be
the
Jim
group text,
Carrey before
please.
you totally lose your mind?
I'd like to see that.
True. He did play the
Exactly.
Riddler. I'm surprised he didn't lose
That's
his
the
mind
next
after
thing in
that.
my
It's
cart.
that was
like,
probably the beginning of the
Jim
end.
Carrey? Jim
you
Carrey's
look
in
at
your
my
card?
card and I have this. What do you call it when you freeze people? The
Cryogenics?
Thank you. I have the cryogenic hole set up at the front of my cart, and I hit the button and it dethaws, and Jim Carrey walks out, and he's with us.
Yeah,
That's
that's
cool.
Bring
technology.
Jim Carrey.
And he says, "Bring on the corpses of our enemies. I'm hungry."
Let's make Jim Carrey do all the hunting for us.
Yeah.
What if we build an arena and have people go in there for their freedom? Like we capture people and make them slaves, and they have to
Games.
fight Jim Carrey.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
Jim
No,
Carrey
even
obviously
better, even
never
better, even better.
loses.
Dean.
Yes.
You can't just get Jim Carrey and have people fight him. We have to get them to do something that kind of plays to his like whole thing. Like, what if we have?
Still beautiful.
He's got a metal Speedo, and he's got swords on his
No.
on
They have to
his
do
wrists.
improv games with him. They have to do improv games like whose line is it anyway? Except like it's with like all these.
Who's doing
random
this?
people.
The
what?
who's doing? We're doing the improv games.
No. We force the.
Oh yeah, we are
slaves
right now.
To do improv games with Jim Carrey, and if they suck, like if they're not good as Jim Carrey, then we kill them.
Throw them in the
No,
pit.
you don't
Oh.
kill them.
Throw
They
them in
have
the
to.
pit.
Man, we are a murderous bunch.
Throw
We're
them in the
a
pit.
bunch of evil
The pit,
people here.
The pit, which is
Heartless,
full
seriously.
of the gauntlet of carnivorous plants. You have to run through the gauntlet of carnivorous plants that are gonna bite your shins and.
Is that on your
calves
list?
and eat you.
Wow, we've
Boom!
turned
Bluff point for
Ah,
me.
you suck, Daniel. I hate
That's
you.
what happens when you play the list with a dude who just comes up with random shit.
Yeah, I
turned
know.
really,
I know. That's it. He's just got
really
random shit
barbaric.
just floating in his brain
I
all
love
day.
it.
I bet.
Yeah, I feel like this is
Good bluff,
not
good
the
bluff.
nice camping trip that most people look
You're
for on
welcome.
the
Well,
weekend.
I feel like we're just getting so inefficient here.
Can we go back to
let's-
nice after what we've done to people?
Let's go back to nice. No, we'll go back in time. We start over. Erase my cart. Everything. The first thing in my cart.
What? You can't erase the whole.
It's
thing.
a
We're
race.
starting over.
It's a race. It's
No,
a
no,
race.
no, no,
How
no.
many
No,
carts do you
no
get?
starting over.
I'm starting over my cart. All that. Well, we still have the toilet paper. Got to have that.
Toilet paper
No
push.
guns. No DMT balloons. I was thinking like hitting people with those, but that'd be fun.
Turkeys with
No,
them.
man. I have
A wild turkey.
another cryogenic thing that has
my
like
God.
7 or 8 little cryogenic caskets, and when I open them, it's the Care Bears.
Care Bears stare at their asses.
The actual
the rainbow,
Care Bears,
bitch.
and they all jump out all happy and shit. I'm love. I'm goodness. I'm.
But then if we did the DMT, then that would be cooler.
How are you doing this cryogenic stuff without technology?
Oh,
Okay. No.
No, he does it beforehand.
It's a mud-powered
I didn't
cryogenic
say no
tank.
technology. I didn't say no technology. I said no electronics.
Yeah,
no-
well, I mean,
no
electronics too.
Okay, no. Before we left, they were in L.A. or whatever on the electronics with the cryogenic thing working, and then I unplugged it and put it in my cart.
and they're defrosting
they're
the whole
defrosting and thawing out while we're going up the hill.
Okay, I buy it. I guess.
So it doesn't use technology. So
okay. Well, I immediately run away when the Care Bears come back to life.
But they care for you.
I don't care for them.
No, it's very friendly, man. And
no,
you
don't
know,
say that, Mackenzie. That's what makes them come to you. As soon as you say "I don't care," they're all like, "We're gonna make you care."
we're gonna
Yeah, they want
make
you to be happy.
care.
Yeah, you'll care whether
They
you
all
want to or
sound
not.
like Sam with a high-pitched voice.
You will learn to
Don't forget the Saturday night Care Bear orgy.
Oh, I'll be there.
Yeah, okay.
I'll be there for that.
I got a
one.
thing.
Daniel.
You know what? The first thing I'm gonna
Can we have
bring.
casual Fridays instead?
The first thing I'm gonna bring is holy water because
So we
that
can-
just went to a bad place.
And it makes
You
Care
need
Bears melt.
Jesus.
It melts. The holy water hits the Care Bears and they go,
Okay.
because we all know
Are
they're
Care Bears a part of your card? One of your
bluff.
Stop giving him bluff cons.
Don't even call him on
I'm
stuff.
just like Care Bears.
Now, if you remember last
love Daniel's
week,
celebration.
Yeah, I think you'll learn.
I
That
pointed
he
it out more than once.
says
The
weird
only way I can get a point in the game is bluff points.
shit. And now he has
So
like 3 or 4.
My goal is
So
to
let's
get
just
8
not call
bluff
him out
points
then.
on you guys. That sucks.
Let's
If you
never call
me
Daniel out, ever.
But think, if you do call me out,
But wait, you said that you had things.
New
you
rule.
said that you
New
had
rule. If you
things.
call me out and it is on my
strange.
list, you get 2 points.
Ooh, enticing.
Which is hard because it's
Right? But only one person here would remember that, so that person gets an edge.
or one of the people who wasn't here, like that other dude that isn't here now.
I
That's
was
probably
wondering,
his.
Jack? Oh,
Jack, yeah.
Jack's the first guy we ate on the camping trip, man. He was nice and meaty.
That's what he gets for not being here. He gets
Cheesy.
eaten.
Meaty and cheesy.
and cheesy.
Jack cheese.
He's like a human Lunchables.
That was good.
This camping trip is like
That's on your
something
list,
out of
yeah.
Lord of the Flies.
So I think
escalated really quickly too.
I don't know how, but I would like us to have a different idea of the whole thing. I personally like my favorite thing in the world is J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings.
So
And the way the elves
Blake turns into an orc.
So like the elves and how they like live pretty much within nature, like as one with nature, like
Going on the good side.
you know what I mean?
Hold on a second.
Like Lothlorien,
No, let him do his
the woods of Lothlorien. You know, their stairways go around the rim of the tree, and the platforms are inside of the trees.
I'm
And
so lost. What are you talking about? Lord of the Rings?
So we
Are
pretend.
you familiar with Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, I've seen
Say
you
the
did,
exact
though, then
same
I would-
thing you said.
Sorry, the universe
Bubba Boo.
stopped the recording for a moment and we got lost a little bit, but we're back in. And
It was done with the nerdy shit.
We were talking about the Silmarillion stuff and that elves don't pee and that Sauron was
They do, but-
some dude's stepchild.
It's not.
And Rod was explaining that to us, and then you know what it was? Sam messed it all up.
Damn it, Sam.
God, Sam, always you.
I think God got
How did I
tired of
mess
us
it up?
talking about farts and
Sam,
smoke.
you know
or
how
No,
something.
no,
being
that
late
was it. I said something about a fart, and that was it.
Yeah.
Yep, that
So it
happened.
was
Powers
your
that
fault.
be
Trying to
decided
pin it on me.
There were no more fart jokes to be made.
But Sam, I hate to say it, it's still your fault.
He's just.
Just to clarify, it happened a bit after you started talking about Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm
I don't
seeing
know.
some kind of connection here.
It was done with the
I'm going back
Daniel, what else is in
Do
your
any
carts?
of us
There you
really
go.
remember?
Eric just said it. Daniel, what else is you going in your cart? Back to the camping trip.
Back to the camping trip.
I unroll my cart, and here's the last thing in my cart. Well, maybe the last thing. Last thing I'm thinking of at the moment. There's a bunch of jars. And in these jars of farts. No, they're not farts. A bunch of jars, and in these jars are insects, bugs. And they're all bugs that eat other bugs. And I've trained them to hunt.
Spiders.
And I've trained them to hunt spiders, but some of them fly, and some of them are new genetically mutated things.
Okay, gotcha.
They hunt and kill and eat the bugs that would bother us. So they go after mosquitoes and termites and stuff like that. I got bugs that eat other bugs.
Are they gonna stay out of sight?
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah,
My God,
I don't
yeah,
wanna
they
see
cute.
them.
They're damn ugly. No, they're disgustingly ugly. But they are also a food source. Because
I'm not gonna.
Ah.
They-
How do they taste, though? Do they taste better than a ramen mix?
Yeah, they do.
Well, this episode,
All right. So
Yeah,
I'll,
I got-
I'll
this
take some of
episode
those
really
bugs.
ties into the one about alternate food sources.
I call them.
Oh, yeah.
I call them habanero bugs.
So they're spicy.
Back to the food source one. You're right. Back to our food source episode. The bugs that eat other bugs.
Eating people, bugs.
They eat the other bugs that we don't like, and then they get all nice and fat, and they taste like jalapenos, and then we make them into little
really wanna
burger
call 'em
patties,
out
and
on
we
this
cook them and eat them.
Bug tacos.
Oh no, we use them for the spice on top of the people that we kill. Oh wait, no, we're nice now. I forgot we don't.
Yeah,
do that
we're nice
anymore.
now.
We're making other people join
Okay,
us.
but when did
Okay.
we talk about eating people? I don't think we ever mentioned that.
We did.
No,
actually.
we definitely
did
did.
several
Yeah.
times.
Oh yeah, I talk
I'm
about
not
that
gonna
every
eat
time.
Where
points.
have you been,
Point
Dean? Get on the
Get your head out of the
cannibalism
gutter.
game.
If you
I
go
blame
back
Sam.
and if you go back and
For
listen,
what?
there's
For
a point
what?
in every
blame Sam,
episode
too.
where I talk about eating people.
Is that going to be a constant? Is that a
rule.
constant theme now? Or?
No, I hope not.
Okay, so in my cart, there's going to be several bags of beef jerky because I feel like I could survive off of.
You don't
want to
eat the bugs?
I really don't. I really don't.
taste
See,
good, though.
see how you limit yourself?
Don't knock it till you
have
try it,
bags
Mackenzie.
of beef jerky. How about genetically modified bushes that grow beef jerky?
See, I don't know if I want. No, I want bags of beef jerky. I want it already harvested, seasoned, ready for me to eat.
So I read somewhere that ancient Egyptians would build certain buildings in
Pyramids?
a certain way so it could refrigerate food. Now, if we did the same thing they did, we can
Oh, just
bring.
like underground.
Well, no, not even underground. It was top ground, and they would build it in a way where it would keep it cool
So we need the building supplies.
and
Bring
not
those.
hot. So yeah, we would need building supplies,
that's
but then we
what's in
could.
your
Dean,
Yeah.
That's in Dean's cart.
why don't we just have a bush that grows buildings like that?
Cut out the middleman.
Smart.
We all have bushes in our carts.
Oh, look,
pretty
it's a
much all I
refrigerator building tree.
It's just carts full.
Those
of
are rare in this
seeds.
area.
Those are rare.
Let's bring a bush that grows a whole society.
I have a tree
So
that grows bushes.
sooner or later, we aren't camping anymore. We're just in the middle of this society.
I only saw
that's been grown
two on
from
the
a
way up
bush.
here
To what?
of those kinds of trees, man. I'm glad we have one right next to the campsite.
I missed something.
The refrigerator building trees.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Oh,
right.
yeah, those.
Oh,
Those
do we want them
things.
to be trees? Because then we have to reach for them, and it's a whole thing.
No, it's
They'll
not
be like
a tree. It's a
pine
bulb.
trees.
It's a bulb that you plant, like
we gotta wait
beets,
for
and
it to-
it grows the foundation first in the ground, and then it becomes like pyramid bricks that grow right on top of each other.
It grows the slaves that put it together.
Oh no!
Slave
Oh,
trees.
back there
That
again.
went to a real dark place.
Yeah, haven't the Jewish people went through enough?
When
Can we
did we
just
say
leave them alone?
Jewish?
Who? Yeah.
'Cause
Why?
that's
Why
what-
do they
those
have
were
to
the
be Jewish?
slaves of ancient
Who
Egypt.
decided that?
Well, who says they have to grow out of the bushes we
If it
bring?
makes you feel any better, it also grows a Red Sea for them to go through to get away.
Yeah. It also grows
Anyway.
Moses to lead them away from slavery.
Moses tree.
Well, I don't know how he went there, man.
It's a really specific kind of tree.
No wonder God stopped the recording.
The beats that grow the buildings. As it gets
Stopped
to the
it too
top,
early.
though, it is the bad part because now we got those steps that when we do a human sacrifice, we can roll the body down the stairs.
Yeah, we need to.
Human
We need to
We're
build a
getting
new
dark
Mayan
again,
civilization.
guys.
Talon.
We're going
Wait,
dark
Dan,
again.
it's so dark.
It's inevitable. Human
So with
beings are
this
just dark.
refrigeration building, we can bring perishables and we can eat like normal meat and
But I
stuff.
want beef jerky.
Twinkies.
We can have beef
Twinkies,
jerky too.
Twinkies.
Why would you want to eat normal meat? This is the opportunity to eat people.
You're right. Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like beef jerky is nice because then we don't need to have like like if you bring like other stuff, then you gotta cook it, and then you have the dishes, and then what are you gonna do with the like? How do you wash dishes when you go camping?
In a river.
So
That's disgusting. I feel
It's
Throw
what
'em
you
out.
do.
fish poop.
I used to go camping and we did
There's
that every
poop on
time we
your
ate.
dishes,
Yeah,
man.
what you said.
See, I'm from a family that doesn't believe in camping or outdoors.
So what would
Says
you
the
know?
From the same
Texan.
family?
but
Says the Texan.
I went camping one time, and it was in Dubai in the desert.
that's
Not,
not camping.
counting this
No.
time.
That's not camping.
I went
Excuse me. No,
camping
actually,
on top of a board. I
No, man.
went-
You can
Anything
go.
He was with the
anything you're doing
camels
in
and
Dubai.
I
is
actually
not
there
ca-
were camels. We got to ride the
been-
Were
camels.
there camel
Jesus.
spiders?
But they also no,
That's
like
a
you
nice
can
picture.
actually camp in Dubai because they have a ton of desert.
I went camping on top of the Burj
But
Dubai
what we
in a
did,
hotel.
no, we actually went camping out in the desert.
Yes.
With my cell
But
phone.
there was a whole campsite, and yes, they had charger ports, and
And
they
it had a Walmart right
camels
next to it.
and hookah,
And a hotel.
and
Massage
belly
bar.
dancers, and it was
That's
awesome.
what we need to bring.
With a
Hookah
jacuzzi.
and
I'm
belly
bringing belly
dancers.
dancers in my cart. My
That,
cart
that
has
to me is
belly
not
dancers.
camping. Camping, you need to have trees.
I did say that was the closest thing to camping. Did I not?
You did, and I said
But
it's
have you
not
gone-
camping.
I have camped in the
just
Mojave
say-
Desert myself. It was camping.
See,
Okay.
camping in the desert
Fine.
is camping.
Look, I go to Burning Man.
I
I've gone
went
9
through,
times.
like,
I've
2
camped in the
summers
desert. Okay, I know what it is. But
I'm bringing
when
water.
I compare that
sorry.
to camping in the woods, right, it is a totally different experience.
You can't
and to
call
say
it
that one
experience.
is
You
the same
can't
as
call
the other.
Burning Man camping though, man, because it's a city. People bring a whole.
I'm
freaking
there before the city
there.
starts, and the first 2 days before the
if
city
you're in a
starts,
tent,
it's camping.
I think if you're in a tent, it counts as camping. If you're in
What's
if you're in a tent, that counts as and you're
What if
you don't
you're
have
If I
a
What
shower.
set
if
up
you're just on
a
a
tent in
mat?
Times Square, is that
Just
camp?
where?
Just like, what if you're just like on a mat, like on the floor
No tent.
of a fort? No tent. You're hardcore.
That's
That's
even
totally
more
camping.
rich man's
That's
camping.
camping.
That's
That's
yoga.
hardcore.
That's
That's
hardcore.
yoga.
If you want to get bitten by bugs,
All right,
If you're
all
sleeping
right.
on that, then that's
I've gone hiking 9 days, right? 81 miles in 9 days, where we hiked up the Kern River to the base of Mount Whitney, and then
Where is
up
that?
Mount Whitney. It's in California. It's the Kern River
know.
ends at Bakersfield. And if you go north from Bakersfield up the Kearns River, you will eventually hit Mount Whitney. And Mount Whitney is the highest, tallest point in the continental United States.
And boy, were his thighs chafed.
And so we walked, this was in the Scouts. I was 17 at the time. It took the first 6 days to get to the base of Mount Whitney. At the base of Mount Whitney, there's no trees. And so a bunch of kids decided not to camp in any of the tents because why bother? And we were told by the rangers that there was going to be no bears because once you get past the tree line, when you're in the tree line, you had to put all your packs with food up into the tree or else the bears would come
bear
get it.
boxes and all that.
Bear
Yeah.
bags.
Can't they get
Yeah.
the stuff even if it's in a tree?
It's got to be way up.
hang
If you
it
get it
really high
if you
on
get
a
it
low-
20
on
feet
a
up,
branch.
you will be fine. They will not be
only
able to
go
get
so
to
high,
it.
okay.
Yeah, they only
Those
have
are the
about
bare
8 feet tall.
necessities.
That's right. So we get up there. We don't worry about the food because there's not supposed to be any bears up there. Well, they were wrong. because in the middle of the night we heard this ruckus, and I opened the thing,
And Rod found out it was Brokeback Mountain.
3 bears,
No. Brokeback Mountain, except they're bears.
3 bears heading straight up, and it was awesome because there were.
Of course, it's 3.
Oh yeah,
There were
it's
3
totally
bears.
awesome.
There
What
were
if Brokeback Mountain had a third guy in it?
And they're all 3 black bears. They're huge. They're like, 6 feet from end to end, I'm guessing. And they're hauling ass up this. The other thing up there is that there's no ground. It is all boulders. So boulder after boulder after boulder, no dirt, no ground. You can't stake anything in. So a bunch of the kids, like I was saying, didn't bother doing a tent because you couldn't stake it in.
Which
right?
made it easier to run away.
So the 3 kids right up this, and the whole thing's on a slant, right? And so I'm down here. I open up my tent. I look up. I got a flashlight. I look up. I see these 3 bears going straight up, and I bring my light up higher, and there are 3 kids sleeping in their sleeping bags, just out lying there. And one of them in the middle comes straight up, looks and sees these 3 bears coming at him because I'm shining the light on him. He starts screaming at the top of his lungs. Yeah. The 2 bears go off to the side. The one in the middle jumps over the kid.
What?
Wow,
Yeah.
nice.
And then they all 3 disappear.
except it's a bear.
I was waiting for one of the bears to say, "We want our porridge back, bitch."
Yeah, so the moral of my story is that those 8 days in those woods is totally different and more awesome than any of the time I spent in the desert.
That's a cool experience.
I like the desert. By the way,
It's lovely. I love the desert.
I don't-
But you got to spend at least a couple nights in the woods, and then you'd be able to then you could say, "Oh, I've done fucking camping."
okay, but see what I like because
You gotta hang out with some
I've been,
bears, like right outside of your
Right?
tent.
That's right.
Okay, but no,
I
because
can't. I wish I could say I've done
I've
that.
been
Yeah,
like
you haven't been camping unless the
camping.
bears jumped over you.
That's right.
See, I've been like camping, but it was only in like backyards and stuff.
Right.
But to me, I way prefer camping in the desert because I am not a bug person, and there are no bugs in the desert.
Unfortunately, that's not true.
Thank you.
Not in the Dubai
There are bugs
desert.
everywhere.
Not in the Dubai desert.
right.
And
Every
so,
desert I've been in, there's been some.
No,
nasty-
I
in
guarantee
Dubai,
you,
there's
while you were
nothing.
asleep and your mouth was open and some bug crawled in your mouth and you
There's-
swallowed
That's
it.
one of my favorite
it's still
things
in your
about
stomach.
Dubai is that there's no bugs there.
Yeah,
For a
right.
long time, there weren't even because it's a lot of it's man-made.
I know, I got crabs there
And
once.
so,
I'm moving to
for
Dubai.
a long time,
Where's my
for a
symbol?
long time, there weren't even birds in Dubai. And so, since they're trying to make it this paradise place, anytime you were like eating outside or something, you'd hear birds, but you were just like,
Where are
there's
they?
no bird. And like, yeah, you start to notice, like, you're like, I never see birds, but I always hear them.
So it was
and then you look
speakers?
close,
Was it
yeah, they
recording?
have speakers.
That is sad.
Yeah, but now
That's
there's
not
actually
scary.
birds there. Like they've come over and
They
they're like,
shipped 'em in.
"Oh, this is probably honestly." But yeah, so now there's
Pheasants.
birds, but there's no bugs.
Is Dubai like Vegas? I know I'm kind of going off
Dubai
tangent
is
here,
like
but
a mix.
I kind of want to go there.
Dubai is kind of like Vegas, except for like how Vegas has all the fake gold stuff and like it's kind of like cheap and tacky.
It's real
a little
gold
bit.
over
Whereas,
there.
no,
Dubai
Dubai,
is
is made
real
out
gold.
of golden Legos.
Yeah, no, they literally have a gold ATM there where you can go withdraw gold.
But they also had
You
a
don't
huge
need to
crash.
steal the money in the
I thought it was
ATM.
an
You just
ATM
steal the
made out of
ATM
gold.
and you're rich.
Maybe it's both.
It's
Something
Dubai
like
is
a
like
third of the buildings are empty right now.
yeah, it's crazy. It's a lot of it's not constructed because
Yeah.
and Dubai also has 90% of the world's cranes, and a lot of them aren't even being used right now
Because they're doing so much building.
yeah. What happens is they start building something, and then the people who are building it run out of money, and so they freak out because if you're in debt there, you're in a lot of trouble. So they're like, oh,
They cut off
this
your
isn't
head.
looking good. So they just run away.
For a split second, I thought you meant the birds.
The birds are in debt.
They have 90% of the world
These
cranes
fucking
in
birds.
Did
Dubai.
say it used to not
why
have
they kill them.
birds.
Cranes are a type of bird.
Building cranes, building cranes.
I just imagine like a bunch of little birds with hard hats just being like, get to work.
These fucking birds aren't paying their rent.
Construction cranes.
That's why they got to kick
They're
them out.
birds.
That's why they're not
Cheap
there.
labor source.
But
Goddamn
yeah.
birds.
So camping in Dubai is what is it?
those birds aren't
glamping.
union.
It's definitely glamping.
Yeah.
But you can camp in Dubai and it be
Glamping.
hardcore.
Glamping.
Is that what they
Glamping.
call
Wait,
it?
so you spent
Yeah,
the night
when you're
Glamorous
like
camping.
So you spent the night outside
when you
That's
basically bring an
kind of
entire
important.
house with you for camping.
It's glamping.
I feel like if you're outside,
You may as well
it doesn't
just
matter.
like make a campfire in your own house and call that
Basically,
camping.
that's what
It's
what
called
glamping
glamping.
is.
That's literally the word.
It's literally the word.
called
It's
being
like even in America.
Did you coin that term?
They
No.
have these like RV looking tent things that unfold, and it's like
Yeah.
you're the Maharaja of.
Yeah, but it kind
Or
of
you can rent a cabin.
The purpose of
you know?
camping.
And they bring
it's-
generators
That's
and
why
stuff.
it's not called camping. It's called glamping.
Yeah,
But it
It's true.
defeats the
It's true.
purpose of camping, and it
Ooh,
just
we're
seems
all
like
idiots.
That's why it's not called camping. It's
It's
called
called glamping.
Yeah, it's
Correct.
It's poor
You know
man's
what?
camping.
We're all
all
idiots.
these-
I said no electricity, blah 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 blah, and none of us put generators in our carts. Generators and gasoline.
But what are we gonna use it for?
Yeah, we
We don't
TV.
have cell phones.
TV.
Oh, that's right.
Can we bring a TV?
Why not?
Well,
We
no,
can
no.
build one
No.
out
We're
of
gonna
wood.
be, we're gonna be
No.
like the professor on Gilligan's Island.
We can bring a
and
tree that makes TVs.
We're gonna a tree that grows TVs.
I'm bringing my TV tree, guys.
Wait, Daniel. If we're really going to say like we can use electronic stuff, if it's like not generated by like the grid, like you can say gasoline, you can say like generators. Can you use solar power? You could use like
know
a
what?
solar powered house. You
This
could
is
have like solar
one of the
powered
things
cabins.
that's not on anybody's list, and I would use it for a bluff right now, but I won't. But I was going to put solar sleeping bags, and I don't know what you do with a solar sleeping bag.
Keeps it warm.
That would have been a good one.
Oh yeah, what's the point? You throw it out, or you
Sleep
use it like a
all
sleeping
day, motherfucker. And then, I don't know.
Daniel, that's one of mine, and I am going to go find the hat so I can replace it. Thank you.
I think you should get the point for that.
I deserve the point.
just-
I was going to say
I did do solar sleeping bags. Okay, yeah, Sam gets the
So
point.
this whole time,
I thought
you
I
gotta
didn't
I'm
do that
making
one.
this shit up.
Well,
This
he
is-
lost a
I
point
took
too,
Sam's
so now
point.
he's at 0
He
points.
gets a point. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Daniel's
went
back at 0.
dead for a second, man. Daniel ruined mine before I even got to say
I'm
it.
sorry.
You're
I
even
actually-
like
let me see
building
it.
up to it and
see it.
stuff.
It's
Like, what about solar power? I'm gonna talk about solar sleeping bags.
That would have been a good one. I'm sorry, man. I thought I didn't put that one on. It was one of the ones I put on.
You've been listed, Sam.
Yeah, he gets his point.
I thought
I'll
you
give
say
it to
you've
him.
been listed
Nice.
if someone bluffs.
Can you say one of mine, Dan?
If he had said solar
doesn't
sleeping
matter.
bags, would
No
we
one
have called
says
him on
said
it?
it.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm going to
You say
suggest
you've been
we
listening.
maybe try having our campsite somewhere else. That isn't like
In
Moving
the
it?
desert.
or like a jungle.
in Middle Earth.
Oh, a jungle? Which jungle?
I don't know.
Oh,
any
can we
jungle,
do the
man.
Jungle Book jungle where it's like every kind of camping area ever? But it's like you move two
And the animals
two
sing.
meters away and it's
No,
desert
no.
instead of forest.
It's
Didn't it have
on
to be 12?
Endor. It's in the forest of Endor.
So the California
As long as
redwoods.
there's vines, we can ride.
Wars back in, guys. This is
I
the
gotta
forest of Endor.
ride. I gotta
Only
ride a
if we get to
vine.
hang out with the Ewoks.
You want to
dude.
play Tarzan?
Oh, my sleeping bag is made of Ewoks.
My sleeping bag
We
is a
do. We
tauntaun.
hunt
No.
Ewoks.
Why
We skin
do
them, we
that?
wear
Just
them,
kill a
we eat
tauntaun,
them.
and you've got a really nice warm bed, which
But
doesn't need to be
they don't
solar
live on
I
powered.
would
Endor.
tauntauns
Bring it
live
with
on
you
Hoth.
in your cart.
They smell terrible on the
Your
inside.
Guys,
X-Wing.
Star Wars was last week.
Wait, Daniel.
Star Wars
Star Wars
is
is every week.
Wait, Daniel.
Damn it,
Daniel,
Star Wars.
can my
beat me
can
up,
my
Scotty.
cart be can my cart be an X-wing?
No.
At this point, sure,
Sure.
why not?
Yay!
What do
I
X-wings
got an
run on?
X-wing.
Is that one of your things?
Yep. What did X-Wings
List
run
it.
on? I got you.
List it.
Oh, got his list.
I got another point.
Damn, I'm just giving points. To
X-Wings run on elf urine.
I'm not falling.
That was the hard part about being a rebel. You know, they
coming.
had the
It's
X-Wing
coming.
fighters, and they had to find the planet with Middle Earth on it, and they had to kill a bunch of elves, or not kill a bunch of elves. They had to enslave them because the X-Wings run on elf urine. That's what the actual use of elf urine is.
I thought it was elf farts.
No. We talked about
Any-
party
no,
starters.
Those are the shuttles, you know, because you want to get as many people into that craft as possible before you release the elf farts. Trapped in
always
that
comes
enclosed space.
It always comes back.
Hey, if you want to get really deadly, orc farts.
Yeah. But in the shuttle, you somebody goes, I smell lembus.
I also like to point out, as long as we're talking about Middle Earth again, the reason that lembus is so like nutritious and gives you so much energy is that it has whey powder. So whenever you're eating lembus, you're getting. I'm not even kidding. I looked this up. I
looked
read the
this up.
books.
I
It
read-
What
has
made
whey
you look
powder.
this up?
I read the books. I looked into the appendix. It says that they have
you know,
whey
he's
powder.
right.
in
It
milk.
is in the appendix. In the return.
I listened to audio.
We're out of here.
Nerd alert.
So I just like to point out that as long as they're walking, they're actually getting massive gains. Can you imagine Gandalf is just like
No.
super ripped under
Orc
that
farts.
robe?
You know what they
Yes.
use those for? Whenever you see the eye on the tower and all those flames are around the eye.
It's all the orc
It's all the orc farts, man. They harvest those orc farts just to make those flames around the eye.
Their
And-
farts
and
are
they're
so
also-
thick you can carry them around with your hands.
The orcs,
And they're
pretty thick.
Stone soup. Did you guys know that?
What?
What?
They ate stone soup.
Who ate stone soup?
Orcs.
Orcs
No.
ate stone soup.
They
Yeah.
seem like the type to
I
do
think
that.
They
we should try
boil-
stone soup.
They boil stones
And
and,
eat
then
it.
eat
Get the minerals out of the.
But you know the stone
stones.
soup story is you got to add other stuff to the stone to make it work. So
The whole point of the
Yeah.
story is that they trick people to make them a nice meal. It's like, oh, we can teach you how to make this amazing meal. First,
So
you put
with
in
orcs, it's
stones,
like, oh,
and then you put in everything else that gives it flavor.
let's add this. Let's
We'll
add
bring the
this
stones.
little hobbit kidney.
Make a meal.
Hobbit kidney.
Yeah. Well, what would orcs add to their stone soup?
It'd be the kitchen
Anything.
sink.
It ain't no freaking
kitchen
vegetable.
Well,
anything.
granted-
Anything.
They are
granted-
not vegetarians.
Granted, you know that hobbits have a lot of fat on them.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen Elijah Wood in that movie? Have you seen Sam?
You should do Hobbit confit.
What's comfy?
No, man.
Confit is when something is cooked like in its own juices and it like disintegrates the fat and makes it really tasty.
Duck confit.
Oh, my wife
Duck
knows all
confit is my
about that.
absolute favorite meal, and I
love
just had it
cooking
the
her
other
and
day,
her
and
That
I
sounds
died.
dirty. That sounds dirty.
Can't be your favorite. It's my favorite.
No, it's my favorite. It's my favorite.
Fight, fight.
Actually, Hobbit confit might be my new favorite.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yum.
Yeah.
Actually,
So we're cooking a hobbit in its own juices?
Yeah,
yeah.
and it disintegrates the fat.
For breakfast and second breakfast.
Hey.
No, Mackenzie. Well, first of all, I was going to make that joke, so thank you. But are we just going to ignore the fact that we could easily just
That's
throw
the
them
record
into a soup and add some potatoes, and you have a nice bowl of meat?
All right, let's
Potatoes.
see. Let's take a
Mash
vote.
'em, broil 'em,
Would you
stick 'em in a
rather
stew.
have a Hobbit soup or Hobbit confit?
Confits, I don't really like soup in general.
I'm not a
Bill
fan.
Hobbit
I'm not a-
quesadillas.
I'm not soup.
I want a hobbit mignon.
There you go. Why do we always go dark?
Hobbit pizza.
Why do we always eat
We're
things?
eating people again.
We're
We're not
cannibals.
eating people, we're
just
eating
cannibals.
hobbits.
Hobbits
Yeah.
aren't
They're a
people.
different race.
That's
Hobbits aren't
awful.
people.
We're
I
eating
can't even
everything.
believe you.
Wait a minute. Wait
Oh,
a minute.
different
Wait a minute.
species.
Here's the question.
Sorry.
Can a hobbit and a human
No,
bear a child?
no,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's
Yes.
the question.
I knew what you were saying before you said it,
I
and
did
no.
too. No,
And,
Yes.
and
If
the
a zebra
answer-
and a
Why
donkey
not?
can do it,
Why not?
then
Humans and elves
that
can
doesn't
do
mean
it.
they
That's
should.
why the hobbit
think
race
humans-
disappeared because
humans
they,
and elves can.
they
Humans and hobbits can definitely do it.
And
They-
if humans and hobbits can do it, then I would argue that we are still talking about eating people.
Oh.
That's why hobbits eventually
Tricked
disappeared
us.
because they interbred.
Rod,
I'm
10
just
points.
saying.
So wise.
I'm just saying.
Rod,
well,
can
whoever
we,
said eating people was wrong.
Rod, can I just get your assurance on something?
Of
Are
course.
you just saying this so you can have an excuse to have
Just your
hobbit
name.
sex? I think you're just
She's
looking for an
outvoted.
excuse to have hobbit sex.
Some of them are sexy.
Yeah.
All right,
there's
wait.
some
This
sexy
goes back
hobbits,
to
man.
our. This goes back to our past
That
argument
chick
on the
that Sam
Halloween
was
episode.
into, she was hot.
This goes back to our argument on the Halloween episode. Would you rather have sex with a ghost?
Oh yeah, ghosts.
A centaur, or let's add a hut in there, or a hobbit.
Hot nuggets.
Wait,
Well,
hut?
okay.
Hut is like a place.
Oh,
where
I'm
people
going
live.
for
Like
the
Jabba
hobbit.
the Hutt.
I want the
Oh,
shortest hobbit I can find with the flat head that you put their beer on. Your beer on.
I'm either going ghost or hobbit.
Yeah, I'm
Use
going
their,
ghost
use
or
their
hobbit.
skull as a beer cozy.
Yes.
Because centaurs, like I think I said this in that episode, they are too much.
Yeah, it's too much, too animal.
It smells like horse.
So eating it,
Yeah.
eating a centaur, would that not be cannibalism?
How many holes do they have?
Depends on which half you eat.
But we already went over that we probably shouldn't eat horses. So
That's true.
Yeah.
But we're eating people though.
I'd much
and
rather,
but we
I'd
shouldn't
rather eat a
horses,
human
Eric.
than a horse.
They're much better for you than horses.
Whoa, wait, Mackenzie. When you
That goes
say
double for dogs.
Mackenzie, when you say you shouldn't eat horses, are we still talking about food, or are we still talking about the whole idea of sex?
Well, we were talking about centaurs, and I said, do centaurs
Just
count?
food.
Because we were saying that we wouldn't have
So-
sex with a centaur, and then
When you
Dean
say
said it
eating
depends
a
on what
centaur,
half.
though, do you mean like eating
I
the
do-
centaur or
I mean-
eating the centaur?
But there are only
I'm gonna-
male
What are you
centaurs.
talking about,
You
Sam?
guys know the whole Catherine the Great thing?
No.
No.
Okay, Catherine the Great.
She was really great.
She was really great, man. But you know,
She was okay.
she was like this leader of these armies and stuff. And the way Catherine the Great died What was that? Good Lord.
That was me. I summoned it.
No, she tied a horse to a tree so that it was sitting up, right? And then she was riding the horse, not like riding a horse, you know. She was like getting
Sexually.
on with the horse. Yeah, she was riding the horse.
Thank you, Eric.
And the rope broke,
Can't
and the
clarify.
horse fell on her, and that's how she died.
No.
Yes.
That's how you should die.
That's
She
bullshit.
likes it rough.
If you're fucking a
I
horse.
don't know.
Look it
I
up.
don't know.
Look it up.
Fucking a
That's
horse.
how I want to go.
I think that's true.
That's how she
Yeah,
died.
I mean, how are you
I
going to
don't
top that
think
story?
that's true.
I must profess my skepticism.
it was a regular practice for her.
Blake, clearly you haven't heard from Mr. Hands.
I think I have, actually.
Oh, I heard from Mr. Hands last night.
Don't
but
look
that's
it up.
Another story.
If anyone's
Me too.
listening to this,
No.
don't look it
Guilty
up.
as charged.
Going dangerously
I
back
didn't
to
say it
about
was
Mr.
my
Hands.
hands.
Danko vision.
Wasn't Mr. Hands like a local politician, too? Wasn't he?
I don't know.
No, he was the guy in Fast Times at Ridgemont High that was the teacher.
Oh,
you know?
Mr. Hand, singular.
Oh, that's right. He had
Singular
one,
hand.
He only had one hand.
Yeah,
Yeah, he couldn't do the stranger or anything.
it had to be the same every time.
Again, audience, don't look that up either. Save yourself some mental scarring.
Aloha, Mr. Hand.
Anybody else got anything in their cart for me?
How about a bush that grows hobbits and centaurs?
Okay, wait.
I got an idea.
And
I got an
ghosts.
idea, I got an idea.
No more bushes or trees. That doesn't work.
Wait, Daniel,
I tried it and it didn't work.
All right, a shrub.
Daniel,
The toilet paper just melts. It's horrible.
shrubbery.
Oh,
We are the knights who say,
We are now no longer the knights who say nee.
What did they say?
We are now the knights who say icky, 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 pakang, zoop, boing, meow, meow.
And then, wait, Blake. And then there's this one guy in the background who just says "neat" again.
You must cut down the mightiest tree in the forest with iron.
At that note, I'm going to say, guys, we've hit the timer.
Wait.
Go ahead, Dean.
I
I
was
hate
gonna
to
say, I
break
was
this
gonna
to you,
say.
Daniel, but Catherine the Great died of bed illness.
Oh,
That's what they say.
That's a
Betting a
euphemism.
horse.
That's a euphemism.
Also,
Betting a horse. Yeah.
also, it's okay if I can come up with ideas.
Come on, man. I was trying to get a bluff point. Come on.
It's okay if I can come up with something to bring things
I
full
almost
circle
called you
one more
too.
time.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
bring things full circle.
It is
Okay.
a myth, though.
Earlier,
As he did.
earlier, Mackenzie said the thing Snakespeare, William Snakespeare.
yes.
Okay, that made me think of Shakespeare.
Really?
I'm kind of.
Really?
Can
It made me
That
think
sounds a
of
lot
How
Edgar
inventive.
Allan
Can
Poe.
I say what I was going to say, Mackenzie?
No, it made me think of rain dancing.
It made me
Can
think
I
of snakes.
say what I was going to say?
Did you
Let's
say
not let
rain
Sam
dances?
finish
Yes.
his,
With a
his
B?
thought.
Rain?
No, rain dancing.
How do you rain dance in a camping trip? Wait, with Shakespeare. Okay, go ahead.
Snakespeare.
Thank you.
I wanted to go to rain dances.
I would just like
myself.
point out that I was trying
Alright.
to say something, and all of a sudden,
We're
Mackenzie
listening.
Well, that's
said
what we
one
do.
thing,
But
and
go
we
ahead.
just
Go ahead, Sam.
dogpiled.
I'll fix
Let's
it.
talk some more about rain dances.
Yeah.
Shut
Or snakes.
I'll fix it
Do
in
we
the
have
edit, man.
do we
Okay.
use instruments made out of entrails?
Well, you know,
Let's hear it.
Shut
is that the
up.
music? Instruments made of entrails?
I have a point to make.
Everybody's trying to slip.
All right, I want to hear about
Sam
Shakespeare.
doesn't get the top.
Okay.
Tell us about Shakespeare.
Okay.
As in William?
Wait, who's talking?
Donald.
Shut up.
I call him Billy. We're good friends.
You call
Will.
Sam Billy?
Are you guys
Will.
done yet? Hey,
Don
are you guys done
Shakespeare.
yet?
Just go,
His friends call him
Sam.
Don.
I'm done now.
We don't want that dead spot.
Be
You gotta-
assertive.
Wait. I'm done now.
Just talk, man.
You're gonna make
Do
me
it.
edit all day,
it.
man.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
We're waiting.
Do it.
Do it.
3, 2, 1.
So my idea is that
There we go.
what if, considering the whole Snakespeare idea, where I believe it was we tie snakes to spears and then throw them at people, next level up, like civilization style, moving up, tie them to arrows and then fling them even faster. No. You ever seen Conan the Barbarian? Like put them
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Use
on
them.
on a crossbow.
What's that dude's
Throw it
name?
at
Yeah.
Use the Tulsa Doom.
Yeah.
He makes the
just know-
snake into an arrow.
That's awesome.
Shoots it.
Yeah, so my idea is to do
fucking
that
cool
with a
thing.
crossbow. So the snake is just like, hiss, motherfuckers! Kills people, bites
How does
them.
it work in a crossbow, man? You gonna make the snake stay still that long?
Just do what they did in Conan the Barbarian. Just like, straighten them out
Maybe you could
somehow,
freeze them
and
with your
then-
cryogenic
Well, you know,
freezer
he
thing.
kind of jacked it off, and that's how it stayed straight.
He made the snake erect. Don't worry about it.
Snake
Use
is
the
hard.
hand.
Did you know snakes have two penises?
Thank
Nothing
you.
like
On that
a
note,
good hard snake to take out your.
If all else fails, this is actually something I don't remember how I thought of it, but what if you also have, you know how like in James Bond they have like a bunch of things that are hidden as other things? I think there's like a pen grenade in GoldenEye. What if You do that thing in school where like you start flinging a pen using the little spring thing, except do the same thing with a bow and arrow, but like use the little spring thing so it springs loads it and just kill small insects and stuff like those insects we mentioned with the little pen thing.
Are we also
Well,
gonna
as long
have
as we're going
Hawkeye?
back to Shakespeare stuff, then I want the grenade.
is
I want
mightier
the
than the sword.
dingleberry grenade.
Dingleberry grenade, snake crossbow, and also just normal ballpoint pens. Those are our weapons. This is how we will conquer Yosemite.
And guns.
And guns.
We have guns too.
Those would help.
Can I bring
And also-
nukes?
No.
One nuke, only one. We get one nuke.
Nuke. You
We
can
gotta
only
use
use
it wisely.
Only in an emergency,
For
guys.
Singular nuke.
smug bastards down in Winona that think
Wait.
they own the world.
Do we each get one nuke?
No,
Yeah.
we get one. We got to vote
But
and
we
decide how
each
these
get a key. One key to activate the
Yeah,
nuke.
we all
and
have to do it together.
Okay,
We have to
all right,
agree.
all right.
like Voltron.
We have to agree.
Exactly
There
like
you go,
Voltron.
There you go.
I'm glad that's
I
not a
get
dated
the
reference.
left leg.
I say we take out those smug bitches down in Winona that have the big hotel and stuff. It's
Yeah,
like,
fuck them.
You guys think you're camping? You know, no, you're
Yeah.
not. You're not fucking.
They got that
We bring an end to
survivalist-
glamping
You're glamping.
once and for all. This is the purpose
You're
of our camping
glamping.
trip.
Destroyed Dubai.
Hey, who said that?
Don't destroy Dubai.
There's no
I've
animals
never
there.
been
It doesn't
Guys,
matter.
special request, when we shoot the nuke at them, is it okay if, like a lot of popular bombs, if we write a little note on the side that just says, this is what we call
The list?
glamping or something?
Call it
We should have some
Stanko-vision.
kind of cool...
The list was here.
The list was
Oh,
here.
that was
With a
stanky.
Z.
No, it says
With
you've
a
been
Z.
listed.
Was
WUZ.
WZ. Yeah.
Was here.
And there's a big screen on the front of the missile showing some Stanko vision. So they all look up. What's that?
Oh.
No.
You smell something, Frank?
There's this one older guy who's like, do you smell that? And he's like, what? Dingleberries. And that's how the
That's how they die.
that's how the
This is
dingleberry
the way the
bomb
world
destroyed
ends.
them.
Dingleberry vision.
That's why it was called the Fat Man.
And there was a pet survivalist store there.
What is a pet
Pet sur-
survivalist?
What
You got to
is
go
it?
farther with that.
You know, like Dog the Bounty Hunter's dog.
Wait, Rod. What's a pet survivalist show?
I think that's on your list.
It is.
I was afraid you were bluffing.
You get to keep
Damn
your
it.
thing,
I should have
right?
called it when I
Yeah.
had
I
the
thought
chance.
about it too, but I'm.
I was going to say, all you should be getting butts right now because
shy. I was
everybody's
like-
trying to sneak them in at the end. All right, let's call it one, man. We got our good hour and so on here.
was good.
Mackenzie, what do you got?
Yes, hello. I used doing the dishes,
She did.
holy water,
She did.
Wait,
and
I thought I called you out on the holy water. I think I did. I
You
did.
should have called it out louder. We didn't hear
No,
you.
you know what? I'm sorry. I didn't. I
Okay.
thought
I
about
was
it.
like,
No,
I
I
did
thought
not
about. I
hear
thought
it.
about. I didn't call you.
Okay.
He thought about it, but he didn't
Sorry.
do it.
and
You can't
I didn't pull the
steal
trigger.
points, Eric.
When in doubt, call it out.
and pit trap.
I already gave it to
Yeah.
And then I also got a point from Dean, a bluff point,
I got that.
and
Alright.
I called him.
I've got your bluff points
Okay,
and,
cool.
and your earlier calls.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Rod.
So I got swinging on vines,
He did.
stone soup,
He got stone soup on you, and it was a big conversation. Yes.
and rain dance.
Wait, do
And
orcs
rain.
really eat stone soup then?
What's that?
Do orcs really eat stone soup?
No.
Or is it-
No, that's a book about. It's a little kid's book from preschool. Yeah. Yeah. Blake, what you got?
I got tomahawk, fart in a jar,
Oh
nice.
shit!
and instruments made of entrails.
He did.
Nice.
You got those
All right.
three.
I heard that.
Sam, what do you got on me, man?
Okay, first one was that pity point where it was like the solar sleeping bag, and I was like, I was going to say that.
I got that one marked down. Yes, I messed that one up because that would have been really good.
The other two were bluffs. And the other two, I sneaked in at the last minute. The crossbow and the tactical writing pen, because I said the thing about
He
launching
did. He
shit.
did. What were your two bluffs?
One of them, I remembered Eric said to me, and then I was all like,
Yeah, I definitely called you on one.
Yeah, I don't remember which one it was.
Okay, I got that one. I got that one.
Okay.
I got the Eric
And-
bluff. I put a little E here.
Who said the second?
You're welcome.
I don't remember who
I
said the
thought
second
you only
bluff.
had one bluff.
Did I?
You had one bluff.
I thought I
dude.
saw
Yeah.
another one.
Okay, Eric, what do you got?
Oh no, I said something that I was trying to get someone to bluff, but no one did.
Right.
So I got 4 points.
Yep. Eric, what do you got, bro?
Trampoline and ghost in a can.
Trampoline, Ghost in the
When did
Can.
you say, when did you say
He
Ghost
did
in
say
Camp?
both.
Yeah,
I heard
when we were
both.
talking about ghosts.
They were both really
Ah.
early, and no one really picked up on the ghost in the can, which I can't believe.
I did hear you say that though.
Yeah, but I can't believe that wasn't like a conversation.
He's too quiet. We gotta make this guy loud. I'm gonna turn up his mic.
One of the things I love about the list is that as people are trying to throw away more of their cards toward the end, things get weirder and weirder. So you can kind of like see the progression of people just trying to like
I
get
don't
their
know.
last
This one
points
was
in.
pretty weird from the start.
Yeah. Start to finish.
Dean,
The toilet episode.
Well, I got snake wrangling,
Oh,
did?
You did.
fishing with dynamite,
he did.
Yep.
speed farming,
He did.
Yep.
tracking the tracker,
He
You
did.
did.
and wallet knife.
Damn.
Damn.
And
I should have called that one.
The wallet knife was pretty damn brilliant, by the way.
That one was
Thank
so
you.
weird.
And then you called somebody. And
Yeah, I
got that
called
one.
somebody.
Okay, okay.
I forget.
What did you
Well, I
call
won't,
it?
I won't go into mine, but I only got
Oh,
2
yeah.
bluff points on you guys this week. So
Who won?
Dean called the turkey costume
I
idea.
think
yeah,
Dean
yeah,
won.
he got that.
Which
one.
is a bad
Dean
idea.
got all of them. Plus,
Dean
like,
got
another
them
one.
all.
Just
Yeah,
the
when I go
one,
home-
but you
when I
got
get
like
home, I'm just
someone
gonna
got a
buy a
couple
turkey
of
costume.
bluff points, right?
You did. Yeah.
Daniel did. Is this just a weekly tally, or is it like every?
No. Each episode is its own thing.
Oh, okay.
But if we were, I'd be winning.
Bottom is a
You'd like to
last
think
is a tie between me and Eric. We each had 2 points.
You'd like to think that.
Above that was Blake with 3. Then there was a tie between Rod and Sam for 4. And the winners tied were Dean and Mackenzie with 5.
What?
Power couple.
Suck it.
That's a good omen for when we do trivia.
Uh-oh. Wow, you guys on
better
the same
hope.
team?
Yeah, we are.
Split them up.
What about now?
Split them up now.
Thank you for showing up for the list. Please listen to the rest so that you know how to help us out and keep this thing going on.
Give us your money.
Brought to you by The List Game is listener supported. Join the List Game community at www.patreon.com/listgame. To contact the List Game crew, email listgame@cox.net. COX.